What's up, family? It's Manny X, and y'all know what I'm talking about today. I want to talk about spiritualizing the ego today. I promised that if we got 5 likes on our ego video, that I would make a video talking about how to spiritualize the ego. I got a couple of suggestions in here that I can suggest from you. But first off, I wish y'all some love. I wish y'all some abundance, some health, some wealth, some peace, some consistency in whatever path you wish for yourself. Some discipline, whatever is needed for you to grow, evolve, and just be your best self, for you to be in the moment more. It's been a couple days for me personally. I'm gonna tell you how I've been. It's been like a couple days of me trying to figure out what's wrong with my editing program. I use Adobe Premiere Pro to edit my videos, if you can't tell. If you ever used Adobe Premiere Pro before, then you know they got like a new edition every year, and they just came out with the 2022 version, and it basically is not allowing my videos to export or finalize or whatever you call it. So I've been trying to figure out what's the issue with that, and meanwhile I haven't posted in almost a week, but I hope that y'all have been enjoying my content. If you're new to the channel, to the family, then welcome, and be ready to just gain some knowledge and seek it with us as well, to seek some growth and to log our experience during this ascension process. But with that being said, I'm gonna get into these couple suggestions on how to spiritualize your ego. Also, we're gonna talk about what is spiritualizing the ego, because some people may not understand or understand what I mean when I say spiritualizing the ego. Spiritualizing the ego is simply integrating habits or a foundation within your egoic body that nourishes your ego, but at the same time it nourishes your spirit as well. It's really just having balance between the ego and the spirit, because like we said in our other video, a lot of people talk about ego death and just getting rid of it. They talk about the spirit just needs to be in control of everything, but that's not true. We should find balance and seek out balance for these things. Our ego is actually spirit, but in a way that we perceive it, it is polar or separate. Yeah, we're gonna get into this real quick, y'all. If y'all resonate with the content, then like and everything like that. I really hope that y'all been taking care of yourself. I really hope that y'all been loving on yourselves and just doing whatever feels nice to you. Like, if you want to go outside and just enjoy the weather, it's getting a little chilly where I'm at, but then do that. So y'all, the first thing we're gonna be talking about today that can help you to spiritualize your ego is meditation. The reason why I say meditation is because meditation is something that, through my experience, has allowed me to expand my awareness within the mind and also within my exterior environment. Meditation could be simply being aware of the breath and just breathing. It could be diaphragmically breathing with your meditation. There's a million different types of meditations. You got like meditations that utilize the imagination so that you can manifest some sort of energy your way. Meditation is very important to me, because you begin to realize through meditation that you are not the body and the mind, but you are experiencing the body and the mind, that it breeds thoughts without you having to actually go out, and you don't have to think for you to think, if that makes sense. Meditation can also allow you to actually start getting more comfortable with your emotions and your mind. It can also just bring you back into a nowness, a more present type of state. You know, like when you have those moments where you drift off subconsciously and then you don't know what happened, like meditation can oftentimes bring you to a place where you're catching yourself in that moment more often. Maybe you take one thought and you run off with it. Meditation can actually allow you to lift your awareness to that thought and then transcend the thought altogether. So that's just a couple of reasons why meditation is one of the key things for spiritualizing your ego. What this can do for the ego is it can breed a self-awareness, and that self-awareness is going to be able to understand what's going on in your life, what actions are you taking that's manifesting certain energies in your life. Then you can be like, well, I like this energy, so I'm gonna keep doing this. I feel like I don't do it enough, so I'm gonna do this a little bit more. Maybe I do this a little bit too much, so let me take that off. this doesn't help me at all with my energy, so let me take that off altogether. These type of things. Meditation can just expand your awareness and give you a more blissful and just vast perception on things, you know what I mean? Okay, y'all, the next thing that we're gonna talk about to help spiritualize the ego is saying affirmations. If you don't know what an affirmation is like it's like stating something for yourself. It's basically like, let me give an example, like saying, I am healthy, I am wealthy, I am abundant, I am loving, I am empathic, saying these type of things. But I recommend that you truly start to believe, or at least if you don't try as hard as you can to make yourself, not even try to make yourself believe, but try to like put yourself in that. You have to truly embody it. Saying it is a lot of times not enough. You want to actually, like, when you say it, you want to mean it. Like, I'm healthy, and you could just say that I'm on a healthy path, I'm on a loving path, I'm on a path to strengthen my health, I'm on a path to strengthen my wealth. Affirmations, you know, as you already know, it says it even in Bible scriptures, the power of life and death is in the tongue. So that should allow us to understand that with these iterations of sound that we like flow through our mouth, we are actually manifesting on a certain plane for ourselves. So we can actually begin to manifest certain realities through the way that we are speaking to ourselves. And it's even beyond affirmations. It could even be in your conversations. You want to begin to integrate whatever you are seeking to manifest into all things that you are doing, which is like the ultimate Wicca. I'm gonna get on Wicca in another video as well. You being able to say these affirmations on a consistent basis and then actually embodying them will then allow them to manifest more consistently, more potently in your life. You will, over a long amount of time, if you don't believe it and you've actually been like building on your integrity, if you've been taking action aligned with these affirmations as well to seek out these certain attributes for your life, all of this stuff will align together here, and you will begin to reprogram your mind. And also, just hearing the words, you are impressing the subconscious. The subconscious, if you know about it, is constantly being programmed and reprogrammed by everything that you are perceiving through all senses. When we take that into consideration, we have to acknowledge the fact that our own words are being read and processed and put into some type of programming into our own subconscious as well. We should acknowledge these things and we should move accordingly. We should start integrating these words that help build the bridges to our path instead of destroy them. Like, we shouldn't be complaining about things if that's the way that we want to go. I mean, if you want to be successful, don't complain about how hard it is to be successful. You see what I'm saying? You want to actually say things that are enabling your spirit, giving you motivation or love, or putting that energy out there that's actually helping you cross those crossroads to get to the path that you want to get to. Another one we're going to talk about, y'all, is expanding awareness. The reason why we talk about expanding awareness, I know we just said meditation and that kind of keys in with expanding awareness, but I feel like there are also other things that can help to expand your awareness besides meditation, which is just practicing being self-aware, just being raw, purely in the moment, and just allowing yourself to start taking notice of maybe some mannerisms or habits that you have in your life. Maybe when you drink tea in the morning, you seem to have a better day. Maybe when you get up and work out, you seem to be more energetic. Maybe when you lay down the first 30 minutes of the day, you feel more lazy. These type of things, and just taking these little self-notes about yourself, can allow you to see the circumference of the bubble that you're living in. And then when you now can see outside of that, you can maybe be able to see a way to step outside of that, if you get what I'm saying. Self-awareness is so essential because you will never have the power to fix. You will have the power, but you will never fix the things that are out of alignment or so-called wrong in your life if you don't have awareness to them. So it is important that we be aware of the things that are affecting us in certain ways and manifesting certain energies, so that we can actually say, these are things that are not helping me. These are things that are unbalancing my ego. These things over here, going on walks, working out, getting some nature, meditating, or even just facing my truths and confronting things that feel true to me, these things feel more healthy to me. So I feel better when I do these things. I feel more pure. That's the type of self-awareness that you want to have with yourself. You want to know thyself. A lot of people have said, like, the term know thyself and you shall know others, and I feel like that is very true, given that we are all the same I, that we are all I. However, we are all taken from unique channels of I. So it is I and I, but I and I work off of two unique channels more than likely. If you can understand that self-awareness is so key, and it can really help you to integrate better things into your life. You are going to start taking data and analytics about your energetic transactions that you're making through a daily basis, and then you will really start to change a lot of the ways that you move, because you will realize that they are no longer serving you, or maybe have never even served you. The next thing, family, we're going to talk about to help you spiritualize the ego is integrating the shadow. If you don't know what the shadow is, or shadow work is basically when you start to dig out the things that are hidden within you. Maybe they could be subconscious, maybe you could be aware of it but have been avoiding it. Things that are not healed, things that are unbalanced within you, pieces of yourself in which you don't accept, that you try to hide off. Let me make an example. So you see somebody on the sidewalk, and then they come up to you, and then maybe they be like, how you doing? You'll give them like a how you doing. You might smile at them or do something smooth to indicate your energy to them, to indicate that your energy is good, is smooth. Like, that's the type of person you want to be around. What this could be right here, and I'm not saying this is it in all cases, but a lot of times we tend to give people our best attributes about ourselves, and we hide away the things that we are ashamed of. We don't seem to be able to integrate these things into our life and see the benefit that they can have in our lives. We become ashamed of them, and we begin to hide them off and neglect them. And then what do we talk about with energy? If you don't use energy, it uses you. So that energy can use you, and then you have impulsive moments, you have episodes, or whatever you want to have, or whatever you want to call it. But these things, it's vital that you are able to express the energies that are within. So I think that integrating the shadow is such a key part in just spiritualizing your ego, because when you integrate the shadow, you are now saying that I accept the parts of myself that I had a problem with, that didn't resonate with me. I see what is the point of it. I see what the lesson in it is, or I see how it can help me now or in the future or whenever. You see what I'm saying? Just allowing yourself to be open to possibilities like that opens doors for you. It opens doors for you on the physical, mental, energetic, whatever type of level you want to think of. This is taking a lot of limits off of your life. You are now letting go of a stigmatization that you have given to an aspect of your intellect, which is probably a shallow thing to do, but we seem to do it a lot as humans on this dimension. But yeah, just integrating that shadow and making sure you accepting yourself, accepting the things that you perceive as flaws within yourself, and understanding how they are meant to help you grow. Because remember, we're all on a journey, and you wouldn't be here if you didn't have anything else to learn. There's things that we all have to let go of. Shout out to Ty Spiritual, because he mentioned this in his video the other day, is that no one is perfect. I have two different types of perfect for myself. Obviously, this is subjective. So there's the perfect in which you have this image or this idealism or this expectation that you set yourself towards, that you want to become, that you want to embody, that you want to be. That in that way, we can see ourselves as imperfect, because we don't always live up to that standard to ourselves. But if we look at it from an objective perspective, given that everything is always manifested in our lives that is needed automatically for us to grow in the now moment, everything is perfect how it needs to be. Everything is perfect in the position for you to grow. All you have to do is sit down and open your ears. Yeah, just integrating the shadow, integrating the things that you didn't like about yourself, the things that you see as unbalanced or that you see in a negative light. Try to balance it out. It could be negative and strictly negative, but that means that you could figure out how that negative can benefit you, because negative doesn't always mean bad, so-called bad, you know what I mean? But we're gonna get on to the next one, y'all. All right, y'all, next thing we're gonna talk about is healthier consumption. What I mean by consumption is not just food, not just water. I'm talking about the things that you're listening to. I'm talking about the movies that you're watching. I'm talking about all of it, whatever you're intaking, whatever is being taken into this avatar, into this mind, into this life force energy that you are operating on right now. All of this stuff is so important. As we was talking about earlier, everything that you do programs you. Even certain emotional mannerisms or certain food habits that you have, they will be built, and then it becomes consistent. When it becomes consistent, you can almost do it on a subconscious level to where you don't really need to think about it. Given that, we want to be able to integrate things that are benefiting us that we don't even have to think about. Maybe you just get up and you just do your workout, say your affirmations, and brush your teeth in the grand rising. It's all about allowing these things that can benefit you to integrate into your habitual self. You have habits. It takes 7 days to create a habit. It takes 21 days to break a habit. Within 7 days, if you just consistently applying yourself to something, you could put yourself on auto mode to where you're just doing it every day and it's benefiting you and you don't even have to think about it super hard. So I feel that this is one of the most important things when it comes to spiritualizing the ego, because things like eating meat and things like that, as you know, a lot of people are a little bit more aggressive with that. I have no scientific studies on that. It's just based off my experience. Based off my experience, I was way more anxiety filled when I ate meat. I don't eat meat anymore. I'm a plant-based eater. I do try like vegan stuff and like all types of fun little organic vegan things just to try them out and just to like have fun and explore. Consumption should be balanced. I'm not saying don't eat meat. I'm not saying don't do this or don't do that. I would say do what feels true to yourself. But what I would say is just to make sure that you feel balanced in everything that you do and be truthful with yourself, because it is a great illusion to get caught in when you get in this cycle of lying to yourself, because it then becomes the truth to you subjectively. You begin to only have subjective eyes. You can only see the realities you created. You have no sense of clairvoyant, perceptive abilities within yourself, if that makes sense. Yeah, just make sure you eating good and watching nice things. If you go to sleep with something on, make sure it's something that's feeding the soul, feeding the spirit, feeding your intellect. Make sure it's not something that's tearing you down. If you don't resonate with killing people, then stop listening to music with killing people. You see what I'm saying? That's just it's a big contradiction in itself right there. Next thing we're gonna talk about, y'all, is understanding your ego's archetypes. What do I mean by archetypes? Archetypes are certain patterns of power that are put in your life, certain journeys that are put in your life. Archetypes are patterns of power, patterns or journeys that you go through that strengthen or awaken certain attributes within yourself or your consciousness while you're on the planet experiencing through this third dimension. I can name a couple of archetypes. You have things like the queen, the king. The queen is and the king is an attribute of someone who is very noble, has a large foundation, someone who is willing to take the responsibility of a whole group, someone who is willing to lead a whole group and deem themselves responsible over them. You got the caretaker, someone who naturally feels the need to take care of someone that they truly care about, to like physically take care of them or just nurture someone that they love very profoundly. Just little archetypes like these. Or we got the victim. The victim is someone who takes every situation and try to make it feel like they're the person that's has the underhand. You see what I'm saying? These are just little archetypes that we have. There's countless archetypes, and I wouldn't try to misconstrue these archetypes for stigmatizations, because these archetypes I feel are very true, and it's essential to learning your ego's archetypes to understand how you operate and what's best to benefit you or to destruct you in this lifetime, so that you can stay away from the things that are going to destruct you or destroy you, and you can hone in closer to the things that are building on your foundation, that resonate with you and that you love and that you nurture and cherish and stuff like that. I would most definitely say just understanding those archetypes is something that we should all be very, very focused on, or at least seeking for ourselves. We should know thyself and you know others. I think that a lot of us lack in self-awareness, therefore we lack in awareness or discernment of other people, because we have not allowed ourselves to be as aware of some of the energies that has been going in and out of our lives. So when we see energies that's right in front of our face, it's like we don't even see them from another person. It could be a person that has a bad intent for you. Maybe you was a person that had a lot of bad intentions for people in the past. If you were self-aware in that moment, then maybe you would be able to be aware of someone's bad intention. It's just little things like that, just allowing yourself to know yourself and just start becoming aware of what is the basis of your operation. All right, y'all, last thing we got for this video is love thy heart. And y'all know what I mean by love thy heart. More than just the chakra, more than just the spirituality of, you gotta truly love thy heart. Love yourself, love where you come from, love your intentions. And that comes with building integrity for yourself. Actually doing things that mean true so that you can use those as a pedestal to stand up on and say that these things are coming from within me. This is what feels true, and I'm doing it in myself, and I feel true and grounded and loving in everything that I do because it is grounded and it comes from me, in which I truly feel. Just loving yourself is something that seems so simple but can be so difficult. And trust me, I know, like, having so many insecurities, but it's just a matter of time accepting these things about yourself that you don't like or that you're uncomfortable with. If you don't like everything about yourself, just understand that there's a journey that's taking place at this time that is supposed to be building an attribute for you at this time. Try to look at that instead of looking at, man, I really don't like how my kneecaps look. You see what I'm saying? Like, these type of little things right here, they hold us back so much, and they put us in such stagnant places because now we're so self-conscious about what's going on with this physical body, which is less than 1% of our whole entire being, that we're taking ourselves completely off of the path that we maybe intended for ourselves. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's pretty much all the things that I'm gonna say today, y'all, for Spiritualizing the Ego. I hope that y'all enjoyed this video. I've been chilling. I was just watching some boxing and trying to get my laptop to work as well. Like I said, I apologize, I haven't got a video out to y'all in a week, but I truly have been working to try to figure out some type of solution to what's been going on with my laptop. I'm not really frustrated about it, but I would prefer to be able to get some content to y'all. I have been enjoying creating this content, and I've been enjoying the people who are actually just being involved in the comments. Shout out to Black Ether, because she I don't really know if the gender of, but shout out to him. They from Switzerland, and they gave a couple of very profound expressions on my videos, and I really appreciate that. Just somebody genuinely coming in and expressing some thoughts or maybe a perception, something that they feel towards the whole entire thing, because I love when I see that from people, because I know that we are all seeking truth, and we can come and confront each other on something that doesn't feel right to us. If we feel like we're spewing something out the mouth that isn't right, if you feel like I'm ever posting any content that's out of line, let me know and hit me up, because it's all about being able to have that comfortability, that love, and that connection to where we can confront each other about these type of things. But with all that said, I hope that y'all been taking care of yourself. I hope that y'all been loving yourself. Continue to take care of yourself. Continue to love yourself. Look at the angel aura chords and just, yeah, love y'all. Shamim HOTEP.
Get away.